What is going on, everybody? The Fantasy Friends podcast is back, baby, on a special Thursday night edition. We got episode 46 here. Going to be talking about probably the most exciting weekend of football, at least in my recent memory, like that I can think of. But first, Jason, how you living?
I'm living stronger. I'm little bit of a bout, maybe the cove. We don't know. Got tested yesterday. Not sure. Lots of this,
Yep.
lots of that. But I'm still living strong. It didn't take me down.
Good. You didn't why you didn't get down with the sickness?
No
Never?
ahs over here.
Good, man. Yeah, we had to postpone. We thought thought he had the vid. He's good now.
2 days ago, my voice was shot.
He sounded like a prepubescent Justin Bieber. So there's that. But yeah, let's get into it, man. We got first off because there's been a ton of news and just different stuff going on. So we got to do a little You Talking Good.
Yeah, you talking good.
Jason, I know you're excited for this one. Go ahead and kick us off.
I hate this time of year. I'm going to give you the same reaction I gave you last year. God, I hate it. When there's playoff football going on and there's big time stuff going on. One of the biggest pet peeves of mine, I seriously hate, is when coaches start going and people start getting fired and, people start retiring. All this crazy madness is going on. It's like, I'm just trying to focus on these last few games. It just bogs you down trying to analyze this stuff. First on tap we got Sean Payton. I have it on good authority he's just taking a break so he can go be a Cowboy here in a couple of years. That's what I heard.
I ain't mad at that at all.
That's what I heard.
Man, if that happened, dude, Lord have mercy. I've heard different stuff too. I mean, I've heard he's already pretty much got a TV deal in the works and all that stuff too. So I think it's kind of conjecture, but really this one kind of caught me off guard. Had you heard any sort of rumors or anything like he might be leaving?
Like a year ago, when Drew Brees was considering leaving, they talked about Sean Payton considering leaving. And I looked at that more of like, hey, I can't fix this situation. I'm losing Drew. We don't have a draft pick here. We were deep in the playoffs.
Michael Thomas doesn't really want to play anymore.
He doesn't want to play here anymore. Yeah, and I'm dealing with a very strange quarterback situation, and I think that was definitely a good time to get out, if ever.
Yeah, I mean the dude has. I looked at his record. He's been a coach since 2006. He's had 3 losing seasons, quote unquote losing, but they were losing, but he was 7-9, 3 seasons in a row. But just sustained excellence. Whoever gets him as a head coach is going to be absolutely if he does come back to the game, they're getting a freaking steal, man. I'm trying to give one of our good friends to the show and in fantasy football in general. He wants to get the YouTube link so we can comment. So all right, we're good. I
was hoping for an invite. All right.
Yeah. So Sean Payton, I'm going to lump these two together. Almost calling him Brett Favre. He's kind of turning into Brett Favre, but Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady both being kind of cryptic after their losses this past weekend. Okay, well, let's do Tom Brady first. Because I think personally that's the higher chance of him actually like retiring. Where would you put his retirement chances at?
I mean, he said it was up to his family. I'm like, your kids are Bucks fans, so I mean, if I'm a little boy, I'm going to be like, hey, Dad, get back out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know if that means it's Giselle's decision. I don't know. But I hate to see Tom step away. I used to hate this guy. And I think everybody has probably gone through this. You hated him for so long. Then he just beat the respect into you.
He did.
And then he was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the most unsuspected thing ever. I'm just going to go down to Florida and be cool as shit. I'm going to go win another Super Bowl. I'm going to get super drunk on a boat and throw it around. And he just became one of the coolest guys in football. I mean,
just want to shout out Shane Barrett, our dude. Said, "What's up, boys?
What up?"
And then, where's Cam? Cam will appreciate that. Giselle makes more, dude. I mean, he said Giselle makes more money. She's making decisions. that's been like the crux of him being able to take these team-friendly deals for years and years and years.
Yeah.
She makes a crap load of money, and they don't really need him to be that Patrick. They didn't need to make a Patrick Mahomes type of deal where he's like Mike Trout, like getting baseball type money. So Shane says, I still hate him. So there's that. Dude, begrudgingly, he has my respect, and I'll tell you why. Jason, you already hit on it, dude. He's changed. Like I'm sure he's been the same person since he was drafted in the league. Like funny, like quirky, shit like that. But
Yeah.
he's out from under the thumb of Bill Belichick and that Patriots, like, you have to do it this certain way, type stuff. So I really enjoy his. If you're not following him on Twitter too, anybody that's listening, or Jason too, you have to follow him on Twitter because he's freaking hilarious.
He is hilarious. And I can't remember the name of the show now. He's been in several different shows, different media. I'm trying to. God, I'll have to.
Commercials.
The Subway commercials are hilarious. I'll have to look into that and get back to you. I want to say it's like Under the Helmet or something like that. There's some little series, and he's super candid, just dropping F-bombs everywhere. I can't. It might just be called Under Center.
I'm not sure. Tran says he really did, but if Giselle wants him off, he gonna listen. Hey man, I don't know how it runs in their household, but my wife, when she says stuff, I tend to listen to her, and when I don't listen to her is when I, get in trouble. And then Keith, our buddy Keith, who was on the show last week, Brady 100% back right. Jason exactly right. Brady took respect by force. He forced you to like him. That's right. Man. I legit think, to put a percentage on it, I'll say 65% that he's back, which is, I don't know if that's lower than consensus or whatever, but man, I can't see him. That's still a good team, even though Bruce Arians was really weird about it. Like, this is the last time this team is going to be together. And yeah, I get it, because you're going to lose some people to free agency, stuff like that. But at the core of this team is still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
All right, and then as far as Aaron Rodgers goes, I'm putting it at I don't care what everybody's prognosticating and excited that he's going to go to Denver or yada, yada. For fantasy-wise, he's not going to be in a better situation than he's in right now.
Yep.
And I'm just saying that, like, sustained excellence over, I don't know, 15 years now, 14 years.
I don't see him leaving.
I don't either. And then Shane says, I've heard 50-50, so 65 is a little high. Okay, cool. So I think 65% Brady is back. Let us know in the comments what y'all think, like percentage-wise for Brady and for Rodgers coming back.
Here's what I'll say about Rodgers. Let's just remember one thing, and Eric, you kind of nailed it in our little notes here. He was very careful with his comments, right? That's a good way to put it, because he wasn't very careful with his comments coming into the season. So
I sure won't.
That kind of lets you know where his head's at.
Yeah, and I forget which podcast I was listening to, but they really have mended fences, him and the organization. I think so, at least. But we'll get into kind of what I think are some issues that have to be fixed for him to definitely come back. But I would say 90% chance he's back with Green Bay next year. I hate to – everybody's, wants him somewhere else, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't. I have Devontae Adams shares everywhere.
Yeah, right. Tran says, we all hated him so much, Brady, that is, because he won so much. Yes, that really was a factor for Tran, at least. But after a while, realizing he won because he's just that good, dude. Yeah. He beat the respect into you. Yeah, there was an article about A-Rod going into the AFC with Herbert, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, etc. Reduces his – I mean, that's absolutely true. I think the AFC, Jason, they have the class of quarterback right now.
They really do. It's hard to look around and see a team that doesn't have a viable quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and young too, and super. The oldest one out of that bunch right there is Mahomes, and he's 26.
Yeah.
Keith says Aaron Rodgers in Denver has him all moist. The Nathaniel Hackett, he just got hired to be the Denver head coach. We'll talk about that as well. Keith says he doubts it happens. Yeah. Green Bay, yes. Tran agrees with me, and I think you too, Jason, that Green Bay is the best scenario for him. And Shane's in here, 80% back. He's back in Green Bay. 15% he retires. 5% traded. Fire Gunquist or whatever his fucking name is, and 100% Rodgers is back. Yeah, he doesn't like that guy, does he?
No, I'm with that.
Yeah, I don't blame him. So we do have some head coaching stuff here, Jason. I know this one was you were pumped as shit about it.
I was pumped to this. I jumped a little early, but then I brought it back and thought about it. Matt Eberflus, if that's how you say that, Eberflus, the NDDC heading to Chicago, and he's pulling Philly's wide receiver coach to come play offensive coordinator. So the first thing I thought jumped off the page when I read this is, okay, so this is just like when Sirianni left last year and went to Philly. This is a guy who was familiar with that offense. He's running that defense. Now he's going to Chicago. Now he's taking someone from that offense to bring to him. He's trying to bring back that recipe they had with Philip Rivers. Okay, cool. So instantly I did exactly what I did last year. I go, oh my God, David Montgomery, right? But I did that last year. We did that with Miles Sanders, and we have to learn from our mistakes. We did that with Miles Sanders, and it blew up in my face. So what did we learn? We learned two things. Sirianni brought the offense over to Philly, and instantly they became one of the worst one of the worst passing offenses and the best rushing offense. Now, a lot of that was Jalen Hurts. Look to Chicago. What do we have? We have a young athletic quarterback going into year 2. What do we love? Young athletic quarterbacks going into year 2. Get Fields on your team now. Go get Justin Fields, even if it's for a year. Who cares? He's going to blow up next season.
I like that take, and I think he was much like maligned in the media and fantasy analysts and everybody too. Justin Fields, that is.
Yeah.
Loved him going in because I think he was so depreciated because our expectations were entirely too high for him in this, what was not a great Chicago Bears offense. They had, I don't know what was going on with Allen Robinson. I still think Allen Robinson is absolutely elite. By the way, I traded I think it's a 203 in this year's draft for Allen Robinson. So Allen Robinson is incredibly lowly, valued pretty low right now. So my advice, go throw out some second rounders for Allen Robinson and get his ass on your team.
Yeah.
Jason talked about it last week or a couple weeks ago. If he goes to New England or Philadelphia or somewhere like that, dude, it's going to be great. But I'm with you, Jason. I do like Justin Fields. I just don't know what they're going to do as far as pass catchers go because I don't think there's any way they franchise Allen Robinson again. So you're left with Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet, and who else? Jason says, I don't love this Shane says, don't love this, by the way. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me why you're hired defensive coach when that offense was so abysmal. Yes. Still don't trust what Jason is saying.
I just gave you proof of what I was saying. Literally.
Sorry, Jason.
Well, I backed it up. What did Hurts just do? What did Hurts just do for you?
Yeah. And then Cowboy Customs, I think his real name is Jonathan. I think maybe John Boy is what we're going to call him. Johnny Boy. So I'm with this Shane fella. Allen Robinson is garbage. That's who I traded the second rounder to. So I'm not going to say what Keith just said.
Let me back that up for a second and make sure. Well, hold on. Let me back that up for a second.
You want that comment back up?
Well, no. I want to back that up. Make sure I was clear about what I was saying. I said Philly's passing offense was trash, but they were the best rushing offense in football. What I'm saying is I assume we'll see something similar where Fields is having to run all over the place, he's having to make yards for himself. What I'm saying essentially is that it's not going to work, and he's gonna get a lot of different fantasy points from having to scramble and create plays on his own.
Yeah, I see that, but I would push back a little bit and say that Jalen Hurts is probably the third best rushing quarterback, if you want to call it that, or the third best rushing weapon at quarterback behind Lamar and Josh Allen. I don't think Justin Fields has that sort of athleticism. I think he is athletic. He can scramble, but I don't know. But I do get what you're saying, Jason. I'm just trying to look up where. So Jalen Hurts finished as the QB 11 this year. So that's hell like really good value, especially because I don't think you're going to have to. I don't think Justin Fields is going to go within the top 12 quarterbacks in the upcoming 2022 drafts. Keith says, just Mooney, all Mooney. That's all he wants.
Yeah.
That's all he wants in Chicago. He's selfish. He's a hashtag selfish prediction. Trans says, Jason's talking adjustments in team composition because of the coaching style. Yeah, absolutely. You're bringing in the, would you say the passing game coordinator from Philly?
The wide receivers coach is coming over
I'm
to
sorry,
be
you're right.
the OC. Yeah.
And then Cowboy, I think Fields isn't as good as Hurts. Listen, we gotta stop using passive sentences. We need active. That's why I agree with Shane. He says Hurts is much more athletic, as E is saying. Yeah, E is always right. So just get that. And then Shane says that makes more sense. Didn't understand what you initially. So he's saying he gets you now, Jason. Didn't know what you initially meant. Agreed with Eric and Cowboy. Fields is athletic, but he's not like Jalen. But yes, definitely agree with Shane there. He is the better passer. Fields, that is.
Yes, he's the better passer. Yeah.
So I mean, dude, I think there's an absolutely better than 50% chance that Justin Fields makes a leap. What is that leap going to be though? Is he going to make that Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes type leap, Josh Allen type leap?
No.
Or you know what I mean? Or is it going to be more like a Jalen Hurts type thing where
I think it's going to be
forward?
Yeah, I really think it's going to be like, hey, I got to make offense this year, and I think he's going to be a guy that you will really be able to, plug into your super flex.
Yeah, I know. It's super flex, dude. Absolutely. If Justin Fields is your QB2 in super flex, you're probably doing pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And then Shane says Philly's wide receivers are trash and have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had Devontae Smith.
I mean,
Jalen Rager has been a bust. JJ Arcega-Whiteside is. Don't draft wide receivers with a first name that starts with a J. There you go. I just fixed all your problems, Philadelphia. Gotcha. So Matt Eberflus. Oh, I just wanted to hit on one real quick. Dan Quinn is officially staying with the Cowboys. I can't tell you how happy that makes me just seeing the turnaround that this Dallas defense did in 1 year when we're not so damn predictable and you mix in different sorts of coverages and really the players he brought in too. Some of the guys that he really liked in Atlanta. Jaron Curse, for instance, the safety that was picked up. He's a free agent upcoming, but man, was he making plays all over the field for us.
Yeah, and I mean, when you looked at his opportunities, were they really better than where he was at? And it's not like Jerry's gonna be bashful paying the guy.
He's not going to do that. And then I honestly, like Dan Quinn might see some writing on the wall that pretty much all of us see. Oh my God, Mike McCarthy might not be long for that job.
Don't think so.
I think he'll probably retain the job going into this year because I haven't seen anything or heard anything about
Mike
him.
McCarthy always seemed weird for you guys. I mean, you're America's team, and he's so unlikable. I just.
Cowboys in here saying, I'm excited to see how Hurts and Smith get better, though. Maybe they work together some of this offseason and get some good chemistry. I think it's going to happen, man. I was absolutely 100% wrong about Devontae Smith. When he was out there, I thought he ran great routes. He got separation. He even broke a few tackles, like at 100 and whatever, 65, 75 pounds that he is.
Those little legs.
Yeah, those little toothpicks churning. Yee, go Cowboys. That's what I'm talking about. We got a little Cowboys fans in here. Shane likes every team, though, so he can root for anybody.
Okay. I thought he was a Browns fan for some reason.
He is. Browns, Packers, Cowboys, if my memory serves me correctly.
Okay.
And then Cowboy, I believe, is I almost called them the Redskins. The damn Washington. What are they going to be called?
Oh, we don't know. Well, hey, man, what is it? Next Wednesday? Tuesday?
It's
my God.
4th, right?
Oh no, it's the 2nd. So literally, our next podcast, we'll have it fresh off. Fresh off the market. Oh my God, that's going to be a good episode.
So but he's a Washington fan. He said Dan Quinn staying the Cowboys scares me. Defense was phenomenal. So much potential. Oh, he says it in here. He's a Washington fan. So
wait. Your name is Cowboy Customs, but you're a Washington fan.
Even America's team cannot. They can't get over. They live rent free in everybody's head, to be honest.
I need that name explained.
But explain your name, Cowboy Customs. Shane said he hated the McCarthy hire. I want to say, I don't know if, I feel like I saw that somewhere, maybe Shane, in your Twitter or something, or we may have talked about it too. Cowboys said it's beats the Commanders. And then, holy shit, Eric, you're the first person to get it right. Shane said I got all three of his teams right. Listen, man, I remember my friends.
I just remember
Preferences.
like Shane going in on Cam because all his Brown bashing. I didn't catch the other two.
Oh, God, this is why. What can I say? I
Oh,
used to
he's
actually
an
ride horses.
actual
I'm a
cowboy.
cowboy, baby.
Okay, now new gain respect for this guy.
That's good. Keith says McCarthy's the biggest jag. Just another guy, if you don't know what that means, head coach. He rode A-Rod's talent to the Super Bowl, and now he'll coach forever. Dude, all you have to have is one good year.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're right. Oh, and that's so funny to like bring up the word jag for a head coach. I haven't heard that yet. All right, Jason, let's get into the divisional round. Our first game. I know. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually, but
come on.
The first game, the Bengals, the 4-seeded Bengals, 19 to the 1-seeded Vikings, 16. I'll set it up a little bit, and then Jason, you just take it and just vent and just be sad, or you can shed a tear. It might increase our ratings or something. But the rookie kicker, Evan McKicksfearson or some shit that I think whoever was announcing the game said that, and Twitter like laughed their ass off. And I was like, that's actually a pretty badass name. Oh, Evan Kickfearson, I think is what it was. But he nails a kick. Did you see what he said before he went out there, Jason? Did you hear that?
Looks like we're going to, yeah.
That dude's got, and he's a rookie, man. Like, that's all. Titans had 9 sacks and an interception, the most sacks ever for a team who didn't win, like a losing team in a playoff game.
Yeah, Vrabel's postseason stats are just stupid, man. Like, they're so ridiculous. They I mean, look at Henry's. He's got all kinds of rushing records in the postseason. They'll get the sack record. I mean, we gave it to him. I mean, you can't tell me if you actually watched that game that the Titans didn't give it to him. And that's not taking anything away from Cincinnati. They played a hell of a football game. I hope they go on to win. I really do. But I don't know. They squeaked by us. We gave it to them. And I don't have much else to say about it. I mean, I really wish people would stop hating on Tanny so hard.
You were hating on him super hard.
No, I wasn't. I literally came out and said, why are people burning his jersey and shit? That was literally my first
That was like the next day after the game was over.
I wasn't hating on Ron.
I'm going to pull some receipts up.
Pull it.
I'm pretty sure
I hope you do.
Ryan Tannehill.
I might have in like the second quarter. All right.
I mean, dude, the first play of the game.
Picks, yes, but okay. We've seen all kinds of. We've seen greats do that. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, you're right.
Those last two picks. I mean, what do you do? What can you do? He put the ball right. Especially, let's just talk about the last one. He put the ball right in his hands. The safety or corner, whoever that was, I don't remember because it's traumatic. I don't, but it made a great play. He made a great play. What do you do? What do you do?
Dude, I mean, I thought that Nick Westbrook, IKEA, should have maybe. So I equate it to like I didn't really play football or I played a little bit of basketball. My sport was baseball. Yeah. So I equate it to when you have a little dribbling grounder in the infield, you have to charge the ball. You have to go to it. I don't think Westbrook IKEA. I know it's not his real name, y'all. I'm just saying. I don't think he really like extended his arms fully and tried to get it. And then also that was just straight luck, dude. Like it popped up in a weird way. That's a 1 out of 100 sort of interception.
Yep. It doesn't constitute burning of jerseys.
No. And then even the first interception, man, I thought the play call was phenomenal. Jesse Bates is a great safety. Like he's top 3 safety probably in the NFL.
He just
made a good play on the ball.
He was on my nerves all game long. The guy was scaring me.
He's good. It was two great safeties out there, Kenny Byard and
Kevin,
whatever his name is, I don't know. Yeah, he's got some. The kicker for the Bengals got some big old grapefruits. Yeah, like Vince McMahon, my grapefruits. And yeah, we do need to beat the Chiefs.
We do need them to beat the Chiefs.
dude, Patrick Mahomes' wife, or what is he? It doesn't matter.
I don't know what she's
Spraying champagne all over like random folks. For shame. And then
It's
Jackson
the
Mahomes, I hope
brother.
he
Yeah, it's
gets
the brother
hit by a
that
bus.
gets made. Yeah.
Yeah, it did come up with some fluky interceptions, but they did give it away. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you can't take away anything from a team that got freaking sacked 9 times and still won the game. If Derrick Henry was full health, that's a whole different story. But he wasn't. No. Take Tanny and Pitt for I bet you would. Keith's a Steelers fan. He's like, yeah, give him to Pittsburgh. Shane, you're right. Mike Hilton played really well. The slot corner for the Pittsburgh Steelers, formerly, now an awesome addition. And for my IDP folks, dude gets tackles like a mug from the cornerback position. If you don't know, if you're an IDP, you probably know that. But if you're just starting out or something, target those slot corners because they typically are the ones that they'll be rushing on blitzes and stuff like that, and they get a lot more tackles. And tackles are your floor that you want for IDP. Titty. That's what you could call him, Tandy and Pitt. Titty would be a nice pair.
I mean, Ryan Tannehill's accurate. I mean, he just needs some receivers.
Yeah. So Shane said, Shane agreed. Like I had him in IDP last year as well, Shane. I mean, Mike Hilton's great. Mike Hilton is a great IDP player. I think I've got a couple more. Yeah, so that's pretty much the Titans game. I thought it was just honestly, the Titans should have ran away with it. It was some really bad luck, interception-wise and turnover-wise for the Titans, but that's the NFL, baby. Like, that's what happens.
My only hope is to keep the defense together, get in this draft, get Tannehill some weapons, maybe some more guys up front on the offensive line, and just come back at it and give another shot. Not loving Todd Downing, but Vrabel seems like that's his guy. So,
yeah. I just have a couple of fantasy takeaways here. I don't know if you have any, Jason, but please don't judge Derrick Henry off of this game. Dude should be, I think he will be a top 3 pick next year in redraft at least. Dynasty's a different story. That's kind of hard to say, but for redraft, he's going to be a top 3 pick. And A.J. Brown is an absolute menace when he has a viable receiver. He's always a menace, but especially when he has a healthy, viable receiver opposite him. And you saw that in this game.
Yeah.
So go out and get you some A.J. Brown. And people are down on A.J. Brown in Dynasty, I've seen. He's still a top 5 Dynasty wide receiver for me. I think I would have to look at my rankings, but he's damn near top 5, top 6, something like that. I love A.J. Brown. All right. And then, I'm not going to make the obvious things and say Jamar Chase is real good. Duh. All right, let's move on to the next game here. The 49ers 13, the 6th-seeded 49ers 13, the Packers 10. What a gross. Somebody called it on Twitter. I wish I could give them props for it. I don't think it. Well, anyways, they said it was an offensive struggle, not a defense, because it was a low-scoring game. Most people are like, it's a defensive struggle. No, it was an offensive struggle because neither offense could get anything going.
And it shouldn't have been a problem in Green Bay. It shouldn't have been.
Dude, and it was cracking me up. The announcer was talking about how Rodgers was like bragging on himself. Like, I feel better when it's colder because I'm faster and everybody else is slower. Really, bud?
Really?
Were you? You weren't fast enough to avoid all those sacks.
You got 2 amazing running backs and you guys couldn't get it done. It just drives me crazy. It's, in the snow. I mean, everything pointed Green Bay. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think we both took Green Bay at least to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I have a bunch of notes on this, and I'm not going to try and read this off. I'll hit a couple of high points. So the weather was obviously a factor for both teams. I thought that, especially in the first half was okay. It was still real cold, but the second half it started snowing pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But really the biggest takeaway for me, fantasy, I don't know about fantasy-wise, but just in general, Aaron Rodgers threw the ball 29 times. So there's 29 targets right there. 22 of those targets went to Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams. You got to get him some help. And I don't mean a freaking rookie wide receiver. Yeah. Definitely not a Wookiee wide receiver.
We don't want a Wookiee out there. They
don't speak English, and they won't know what play to run. And I'm not sure cleats would fit on their feet. But you have to get him some more weapons.
I mean, just at a quick glance, I mean, who are we thinking?
Allen Robinson, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Or the better option, in my opinion, but you'd have to spend money, a lot of money for him, Chris Godwin. Because Chris Godwin is almost exclusively a slot player. And Devontae can line up anywhere. But if you put Devontae Adams and Chris Godwin on the same team,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
And then Keith, he hit my next point here. Special teams, man. It's 3 phases of the game for a reason. There we go. Couldn't see my thumb there. 3 phases of the game for a reason. What are you giggling about?
I couldn't see my thumb.
Sorry. Sometimes I want to keep thoughts in my head and they just come out anyway. But yeah, dude, a blocked punt for a touchdown, return for a touchdown, and a blocked field goal at the end of the first half, I believe it was, to keep them from scoring. And then, dude, it was just kind of bad. Like, Mercedes Lewis fumbled. I think it was their first or second. It was one of the first drives. It was the end of the first half. That's what it was. Fred Warner punched the ball out. Once again, IDP folks.
Yes.
You already know about Fred Warner. Do what you can to get that dude on your team because he is freaking great.
Absolutely.
Yep. So Shane's in here defending his boy. A.J. Dillon got hurt. I think he cracked ribs, actually, if I remember the report right. Special teams had 2 block kicks. How the hell is this Rodgers' fault? Jason, you want to field that? Because I have a response.
No, I didn't say it was Rodgers' fault. Like I said, I thought having the 2 backs would lead them to victory there in the snow, where they're used to playing in the cold, where they're used to playing. I wouldn't put it on the quarterback at all. I really just think that Green Bay should have been able to run the shit out of the ball, and they didn't. I don't know. I mean, honest to God, I mean, without going back and watching the game, I don't know if it was game script. I don't know if what the real general cause was. I don't know if it was just the Niners being that good on defense, but that's just not what I'm used to seeing. I'm not used to seeing quarterbacks throw like that in the snow. God, I think Tom Brady's the last time I've seen that.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this. This is why it's Aaron Rodgers' fault. He's the best player, probably the best quarterback on the planet. Mahomes is awesome. Allen's awesome. Brady's awesome. But for my money, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback on the planet. I don't care if it was snowy. I don't care if his receivers were dropping passes. He should be able to will that team to victory because the Packers are infinitely more talented than the 49ers. His competition was Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy freaking Garoppolo. And you can't go out there and win a game for your team. That's why it's his fault. He talked all this shit on the offseason and made all this fuss and all this drama, which I understand. I understand his frustration. I do get it. But you in the biggest game of the season so far, you have to come up a little bit better than 22 for 29, a handful of yards. And stop throwing it. That's why I get so mad because people want to praise him so much, but then like in these huge moments, he doesn't come up. If he's so good, why has he been to one freaking Super Bowl his entire career?
Well, my biggest complaint last year is that they didn't generate pressure against the quarterback. The Smith brothers were a failed experiment, in my opinion. I don't have the numbers in front of me. Do you have Pro Football Reference up?
I'll pull it up right now. I know Rashawn Gary had 2 sacks, though.
Okay. I mean, and you know what? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I feel like that was the issue last year, and I really haven't followed it this year. I know Zadarius Smith was out for quite some time. Sean Gary's a great player, but
they sacked Jimmy G 4 times.
4 times.
Rodgers got sacked 5 times.
Jesus.
But I mean, it wasn't. It honestly wasn't game script because Green Bay was up most of the game. Yeah. Keith says Wookiees would catch fades for days, guys. Yeah,
on the goal line.
Jesus, Godwin and Adams. Yeah, I agree. They high point the ball like nobody's. Christian Williams said early in the offseason, believes in Green Bay. And if y'all aren't following Christian Williams on Twitter, dude is awesome. A little bit, rub you the wrong way sometimes. He's done that to me a few times, but phenomenal analyst. I really like his shit, man. He's really good. And none of us played Devi, but I know he's like real big into Devi too. It's like when you take players from like fucking high school and college, and yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
Rogers hit Deguara. I don't know how the hell to say that name. In the hands, and he's right. Yeah, man. I mean, oh, you're good. Shane said it wasn't aimed at us. He's what he's seen on the timeline all week. It's about to be aimed at us because Rogers constantly comes up short. Peyton Manning only made it to 3 Super Bowls. Okay, he was also competing against Tom Brady in his conference every single year. Rogers has had Breeze, sure, but but he lost twice to Jimmy Garoppolo in the playoffs. Just want to say that. Has always been special.
Their special team has always been special.
But what else did I want to hit on this?
Let's take a look.
It could have been even big. Like San Francisco should have broken that game out or at least tied it. Let's see. At the end of the first quarter, Jimmy G had one really, really amazing pass to George Kittle, who was absolutely wide open over the middle of the field. Kittle straight up dropped it. And there was it would have been a foot race. I don't know if he would have made it to I don't know if he would have had a touchdown, but it would have been damn close because in the open field, you don't want to tackle Debo, Derrick Henry, George Kittle. It's like those 3 guys because they're just so violent.
Right. Before we move away from this game, I mean, could you guys really imagine? So just what if for a second? What if Garoppolo wins a Super Bowl? I mean, what are they doing? What are they doing with him after that?
I want the drama.
Oh my God, I almost want to see it, but I don't.
So this is a fair question from Keith. Does handsome Jimmy not get enough credit?
Not in my opinion, and I think that Keith, you keep looking for a quarterback. Well,
I'm saying, man, like
how many?
Go ahead. No, you go ahead, Jason.
I was just going to say, how many games have you seen him lose in like under a minute? Because I've seen him lose a million games in under a minute. It's not like he's out there just shitting the bed all the time. Like I see this guy constantly in games and just losing in the last minute. I mean, I think he's had a lot of bad luck, honestly.
Shane says he's hot garbage. Jimmy G, he will make some really boneheaded throws, but he can also look like he's inconsistent.
Yeah.
He is inconsistent. But if you put him with Pittsburgh, with the weapons that they have, they need an offensive line for sure. But, you could attack that through free agency and different things. Now that you've unloaded that giant freaking Ben Roethlisberger contract.
Yeah, he'll probably end up in Houston, though. The way the news goes.
You talking about Jimmy G or Ben?
Yeah, Jimmy G.
Oh, this is Ben's.
Ben's.
I'm retiring. All right, I'm gonna play for Houston.
Ben should get like a golden corral. He should have like some kind of sponsorship. I don't know. He should definitely be like over some kind of chain restaurant. I feel like Ben Roethlisberger is he's the perfect guy to invite you to come have a meal.
He's like, come try our rolls.
Yeah,
he just throws a roll at somebody really hard and but it's like a duck. It doesn't go very far. Keith says Jimmy G's too pretty.
Too pretty. Yeah, he'll be in Houston.
I don't know if he's probably too pretty for Houston. Yeah, I mean, agreed. Keith, so he says perfect point. He can't will you to a win. He's not Tom Brady. He's not Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, but he can manage a game. He absolutely can manage a game. He will make some dumb throws. Throw it right in the hands of a linebacker sometimes.
Yeah.
But, dude, that's what, honestly, any quarterback. We saw Patrick Mahomes look mortal for the first time this year and make some really boneheaded throws. So, but yeah, man, with Pittsburgh, I think you could absolutely be a game manager with Deontay freaking Johnson, Clay Chapel, Pat Freiermuth.
Ooh.
Shane just got killed by a shark throwing a tree at him on Fortnite. What the fuck? Yeah, man, I don't know anything about Fortnite.
That's a tough game. I died a lot when I tried.
It looks, yeah. I don't play multiplayer games for that particular reason. If I
Rage
got killed
quitting.
by a tree with a
A
shark,
shark throwing a tree.
nah, dude. Sharks can't even throw trees. It's stupid. That's physically impossible. Shane, did the shark throw the tree with his mouth or with his fins?
Or was it like a Sharknado, like the movies? Did he use the air around him to pick the tree up? And...
He's like an avatar or whatever. Yeah. So Cowboy says Jimmy G doesn't get enough credit. He was handpicked to be Brady's successor with the right weapons. Sorry. Shane's cracking me up. He just commented, mouth. So the shark threw it. That might be the best comment we've ever got.
It's the best comment. Mouth.
Dude, that's funny. All right, so just a couple of fantasy takeaways from this game, or just from moving forward for these guys. Yeah. I sincerely believe A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones are about to be what we saw with Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler early in Austin Eckler's career. I think A.J. Dillon's going to be the Melvin Gordon. He out-carried Aaron Jones this year. He beat him in rushing yards. So they really want that 1-2, 1A, 1B type thing. I think that's good for A.J. Dillon's value. I think it's a slight dip for Aaron Jones. Would you agree with that, Jason?
Yeah, but they did pay Aaron Jones a bunch of money. I almost would more liken it to a DeMarco Murray, King Henry situation. If you look at the money, it would lead you to believe that. But we've seen them use them differently. So maybe it's, again, we talk about game script a lot. Maybe it's the particular games that we saw them playing in. But man, don't you just hate when you got two amazing backs and they got to share? You just want that one.
It's always Melvin Gordon's fault too. It's always his fault. Melvin Gordon, get the hell out of Denver so Javonte Williams can go the fuck off. Yeah. All right, and then the only other thing I was going to say, man, I love this kid so much. Elijah freaking Mitchell. That dude, he's a stupid last name for sure.
That's an amazing last name.
But Jason's last name is Mitchell. That's why I said it. He is going to be the best second or third round value in drafts next year. I love him. The only reason, and people keep saying, "Oh, Kyle Shanahan doesn't use the same running back from year to year," because they all get hurt.
Yeah, if you think that, God Almighty, don't even.
I've seen it.
Don't
dude.
even.
I've seen it on the Twitter feed.
I might lose it over that one. Yep. Okay.
People are just ignorant.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, a lot of times, I mean, I don't want to say it, but like a lot of times people don't apply context to their takes when they say stuff. And dude, Eli Mitchell, reminiscent of Jacobs Ward. You talking about the old? You talking about the New York Giants, like Brandon Jacobs?
No,
I don't know who you talking about then.
No, he's talking about He is talking about Brandon Jacobs, but I wouldn't compare the two, considering they don't really have a pass catching back.
Including Elijah Mitchell. What do you include him with? What did he throw? Did he kill you with a tree too?
I think he was saying he got hurt too.
Oh no, he did get hurt.
Yeah.
He did get hurt a little bit, but
everyone got hurt, including Elijah Mitchell.
And here's the thing too: like, I don't give a shit what Chase Herman's draft capital was. They traded up to go get him in the third round. Kyle Shanahan will play the better player. He does not care.
Yeah, I got you, Shane. Bro. I can read. I can comprehend.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm here for you.
Yeah, he'll play the better player, man. He don't care about Dante Pettis was a second-round freaking draft pick. Didn't care. Brandon Ayuk, first-round draft pick. Didn't play him for the first quarter of the season because he wasn't practicing hard or whatever the case was. I love Eli Mitchell going into 2022. Thank God Jason is smart. He is smart. I told you a long time ago, Jason is the brains behind this operation. I just do everything else.
Yeah. Everything else.
But yeah, man, where do you think Elijah Mitchell goes in drafts next year? Because he finished as the RB12 in the regular season, like the weeks 1 through 17.
Yeah.
I believe that was in half point per game scoring.
Hmm. There was a weird running back year though, man.
It was.
I'm calling him a fourth rounder. I might be
Ooh.
pushing that too far, but it was a really weird running back year. So
A lot of injuries.
yeah. Uh, right now I'm gonna say he's an early fourth, late third.
Okay. If anybody in the chat has any comments on where do you think Elijah Mitchell's going to go in, let's just say redrafts in 2022? Keith's already got it. Hype drives him to the late second, early third. He should go around 4. If you're telling me that you can get the starting running back on the San Francisco 49ers in the 4th round, dude, I'm taking him in the 3rd regardless. I don't care.
Well, I
Damn
think that.
ADP to hell.
Well, I think there'll be a lot of people drafting other guys from that unit. You know, just I think there will be a lot of cloud around that.
Okay. I mean, he got 17 carries, 21 opportunities in total in the most important game of the season for the 49ers.
So let me ask, where's Mostert? Because I haven't followed him at all.
He got injured early. I believe he tore a PCL or he tore something in his knee.
But we expect
the
him
first
back,
play
right?
of the game. Let me look it over the cap.
Mhm.
How about this? Let's go to the next divisional game, and then I will look that up, Jason, and see what his situation looks like. All right. Did you get a chance to watch the entire Rams and Bucks game?
The Rams and Bucks game, yes, I did.
So the Rams defeated the Bucks 30-27. At one point, it was 27-3 with 7 minutes 7 seconds left in the third quarter. It was 27-3.
Yep. It was driving me insane, or to sleep, whichever.
You didn't like it? You didn't like Brady getting the trash beat out of him?
Not at all. Like I said, man, I've come to like him in his old age. I have one Funko Pop. It's Michael Jordan. When he retires, I plan to put Brady right beside him.
2 goats?
The goats.
Man, I have a hot take to say on this 46th episode of the Fantasy Friends podcast.
Go.
I don't want to say it because it makes me so sad. LeBron James is the GOAT.
Shut the fuck up.
With everything.
Oh my God.
With his he's too good, dude. Shane said, hold on. Let me get to unrestricted free agent for Mostert. I just saw that. Yes, he is a unrestricted free agent.
Ooh, okay.
Mostert got hurt. Yeah, shocker, right?
Shocker.
and here's the thing too. Mostert will be 30 years old going into this season.
Okay.
He was always an older back.
I think I had him in Dynasty. You know, I like to get him when they're 20, right at 28. Like that's like my favorite. If I'm going to go out and get a player in Dynasty, it's like right when he turns 28. So, if I'm going to trade for a guy. So, I guess that makes sense. He's 30 this year, yeah.
That's a viable strategy for, like, if you think you're going to win, like, this year. Like, me going out and getting Allen Robinson. I'm defending a title. Like, I want these older, in their prime, quote-unquote, players. So how much does Shanahan's usage of Debo affect? How about this? Let's get to this first. My Michael Jordan, LeBron James thing. Somebody already just logged off because of that.
Yeah, I know.
Don't do it, Eric.
Don't do it, man.
Get the fuck out of here.
No one wants to hear that shit.
Now I'm logging off after that take. Unfollowing and unsubscribing.
Wow. I mean, how dare you, honestly?
I do. Next episode, I will defend that position with a lot of numbers. Okay, fuck it. Let's do it right now. LeBron James is a better passer, a better rebounder. I would say a slightly worse scorer than Jordan. Mm-hmm. Jordan is obviously more clutch.
Slightly, really? Slightly?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
LeBron
next year will pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in total points scored for a career. Like an almost fathomable number. He's going to pass him next year. He's not as good of a defender. However, when LeBron wants to play defense, He's just as good as Jordan was as a defender. And he's in way more. We've never seen an athlete like LeBron James ever in any sport ever. Can you rebut that?
I think Michael Jordan was the most absurd athlete ever. The man could fly, Eric. He could fucking fly. And he jumped off the ground and just hovered to wherever he needed to be. I've never seen anything like what Michael Jordan looks like moving through the air. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. LeBron, he is. You're saying this because he's a bigger man. He's a bigger man, so it gives him more opportunities.
Higher basketball
on the court.
IQ.
Whoa.
For LeBron.
Whoa.
Really? Can LeBron elevate your team like Jordan did?
Because Michael could make his shot from anywhere. Michael could generate offense from anywhere. No, he can't. I've watched LeBron.
I need to see.
Oh my God! I have watched LeBron try to shoot the ball and just look awful. I've seen him have the worst games, dude. You know, I got calves in my blood, but no way.
Baby cows or like the little things on your legs?
Don't make me go over there and get it. But no, I mean, dude, seriously, I've watched LeBron have some stinkers. Jordan was automatic.
I want to get this question done. We're not going to get to all our division. We'll get to all the division games. We're not going to get to the conference previews because we're running a little long, and that's okay because I think this is a good topic. Can LeBron elevate your team like Jordan did? LeBron drug. I don't know what year it was. A Cavs team. Mo Williams, Julius Ilgauskas, that Andre Varejao. I forget his first name. You know what I'm talking about? The power forward.
Anderson Varejao.
Yes, I was going to say Alejandro. And maybe Kyle Korver was on that team.
Mm-hmm.
He drugged that trash-ass team to the finals. Did they win?
Yep.
No. But does he elevate teams? You're goddamn right LeBron elevates teams. Scottie Pippen's a top 25 player of all time. All time. LeBron has played with really good players. Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh.
I was going to say, what about Dwayne Wade?
I'd say Dwayne Wade's up there. I don't know if he's – I'd have to look at his career numbers. I loved watching Dwayne Wade play, but you talk about somebody that can't shoot. That's Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade was a flasher. He had an ugly-ass jump shot. Not as bad as Sean Marion, but an ugly-ass jump shot.
He did have an ugly-ass jump shot.
He's played for 200 years. He's absolutely not a better defender. Yeah, agreed. Consistently, LeBron has not been a better defender. But when LeBron wants to play defense, he's as good a defender as Jordan. Also, let's keep in mind that Jordan was playing against not the greatest athletes in the world. I hate doing the whole eras comparison because I think that's kind of a trash straw man argument. But people didn't lift weights when Michael Jordan was playing the goddamn basketball.
Yes, they did. Do you even oh my God. Oh my God.
You're telling me John Stockton lifted weights?
Dude, okay. Did you even watch I'm trying to think what it was called, the latest documentary.
Charles Barkley, that ass didn't lift no weights. Terrible.
Jordan had to get swole just to play with these guys. He was getting beaten around. He had to get big to play with these guys. But you can look at Michael Jordan and see the stick figure and then swole. He had to. What do you mean? Oh my God!
Make the argument LeBron's rebounding versus Jordan's. Okay, no, I can't. No, you can make that argument, but you'd be wrong because LeBron is a point guard. LeBron is a point guard facilitating the offense, and he has more rebounds. Oh, he's taller. Yeah, sure.
Eric,
he was further away from the basket.
Have you watched The Last Dance?
Yes, I have. Amazing.
Okay.
I love Michael Jordan.
So
Michael
do you recall
my favorite athlete of all time?
So do you recall the part where he actually had to lift weights in order to play against Rodman?
I was being hyperbolic.
Uh-huh.
Bo Jackson, good point, Shane, as far as like the greatest athlete. I mean, LeBron might be the GOAT of receding and disappearing hairline. That's it. Jordan is the best. I don't even care about Space Jam. The first one was great. I didn't see the second one. So Jordan didn't have a receding hairline. This bitch went bald when he was like 24 years old. What kind of man goes bald at 24, Jason? It took you at least a few more years. Shane is probably 24. LeBron disappeared in playoff games. MJ would. You're right. MJ wouldn't, but
That's my
LeBron,
point.
I don't think has really disappeared in any playoff games either. What? Which
Yes, he
one?
has. Yes, he
Against
has.
Kevin Durant in the
Against the
finals?
Celtics, I've watched him do it time and time again. Yeah, dude. I mean, oh my God. Yes, I've seen him disappear. Absolutely. Hey, what about when they played Indiana and he got manhandled?
Who?
LeBron. What was that big month? What's his name?
PG-13.
Indiana.
Paul George used to play for Indiana.
Yes. Paul George.
Yeah.
Dude, they beat the shit out of him. They literally showed the NBA, like, oh, this is how you do it. You just beat LeBron up.
Jordan would get mugged going through the lane, and Jordan got to the freaking line all the time too.
Jordan
got a lot of calls that we in our nostalgia don't want to admit that he did. Jordan
I'll admit that, but I also saw Jordan dunk on 7-footers without LeBron's, like you said, without his athletic ability, without his prowess.
See, Shane says, you breathe on LeBron, they call a foul. You breathe on Jordan.
Also, LeBron flops like nobody I've ever.
Okay, I hate that shit. I hate that a lot. But as if on cue.
Yep.
Yeah, against the Magic, that was a good. That Magic team was good against Roy Hibbert. All right, fuck it. We're gonna get to the final one real quick, Jason, and then we can argue more if you want to about.
I can't even believe
and I'm gonna pull stats up too.
I can't believe you even started this.
All right. Bills versus Chiefs, man, and literally probably.
Oh Jesus!
The best game I've seen. I don't know when I saw a better game.
Just hate that it had to end the way it ended. That's all I can say.
You mean with the Chiefs winning, or just the overtime stuff?
Yeah, not that I'm. Hey, look, I'm not one of those people that's like, ooh, the rules are fucked. No, the rule's the rule. You get paid to play defense, just like you get paid to play offense. I get it, but it is a shame that I had to go down that way.
Especially considering I have the score changes here. Give me 1 second. And yeah, so Cowboys is bringing up a good point. NFL has to change the OT rules, right?
I think so.
What is the alternative? Like, and I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to be facetious when I say that. I don't know what the alternative is. Because, okay, let's say, like Keith just said, add a full quarter. What happens at the end of that quarter if they're still tied? People are going to die on the field from exhaustion. You saw it, dude. The defense, both defenses were absolutely gassed. Looking like a 40-year-old Tito Ortiz out there. Like just, hey, I'm out here because I'm getting paid type thing, you know?
Look, I want them to change it, but I don't have any bright ideas, and that's why I lean back on what I just said. Look, these guys get paid to play defense, just like those guys got paid to play offense. And I think that there's been a lot of excusing the defense when it comes to this. They're kind of taking that out of the game and saying, oh, it's just Josh Allen and Mahomes here going tit for tat. We forget that defense was supposed to stop them both on both sides, you know? So it's you got to be careful with the argument because it almost always gets to a point where you're just excusing both defenses, and you can't do that. You can't do that.
I agree. And we said it earlier for the Green Bay game. There's 3 phases to the game of football. You have to play all 3 well to win. Keith says, add the 10-minute quarter, play till they die. Yeah. Okay. That's the Allfather talking, though. So no disputing that.
No dispute the Allfather.
The only thing that needs to change is how it's decided who gets the ball first. Shouldn't be a coin flip. I saw someone on Twitter say it should be a race between the head coaches, and I fucking love that idea. But the Bills would get the ball first because Sean McDermott versus Andy Reid. That's not a contest.
It's a spelling contest, and it has to be an outside linebacker.
Just the dumbest position on the field. I think the rules are fine. That's a good question, Trey. And honestly, because everybody that I saw for the most part, except for legit Chiefs fans, wanted the Bills to win. So if the Buffalo Bills would have won the toss, would people still feel the same way? Would we be up in arms about these OT rules?
Oh yeah. I think I'd argue there's more Chiefs fans. There's more Mahomes fans than there is Allen fans.
I think everybody that wasn't a fan of the Chiefs wanted the Bills to win, though.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and Cowboys brings up a good point. Both teams should have a chance. Agreed. The numbers, yes, and that was something I wanted to bring up for Keith's point here.
But see, that's
a
where I get
ridiculously skewed number. It was something like the winners in the playoffs of for the past how many ever years, 10-1. Whoever won the coin toss was 10-1.
Jesus, that sucks. Okay.
Make them,
yeah,
if someone can spell Yannick Ngakoue, the whole name properly, okay. Or Foyesad Aluakun, spell that shit. Ridiculous. Not going to happen.
Not happening.
Yeah, it is too skewed to the coin flip winner.
Now, yeah, if they're 10-1, then that's crazy. But
yeah,
but I gotta say again, like, I feel you, Cowboy. Like, I feel you. You want both teams to have a chance, but we have to be careful about how we word that, because when we say both teams need to have a chance, we're literally excusing the defense. So
let's see if Shane's right.
He's wrong.
I think he's wrong too.
It's not right.
Let's see. I've got it pulled up here. Nope. No W's in there.
Yep.
So I wrote an article about Foye. I'm going to call him Alokun. That's not how you spell his name, but very close.
Yeah, very close, Trent. I thought you had it.
You flip the U and the O in the last name, and then the second O in the first name should be an E. He says, I'm just making up words right now.
Yes, you have to make a stop on defense. If we're saying it's just so hard, because I totally get where everyone's coming from.
I do too, and I think it was one of those, like in wrestling. There's a if you're having a great match or whatever, there was a chant back in the day when I used to watch wrestling. It was like, "Fight forever." That's how I felt with this game. Just like play forever. So I want to read the scoring changes real quick to just show, like, to put some sort of context of how tired the defense was, because this was boom, 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 score. The defense was literally sprinting the whole time, right? You have defensive linemen sprinting down the field trying to make tackles. So it was 29. So Buffalo 29, Kansas City 26 in the fourth quarter with 1:54 left to play. Kansas City scores, kicks the extra point, 33-29 with 1:02 to play. So that was 52 seconds. Buffalo comes back and scores with that crazy where Gabe Davis jukes 21. I don't remember his name, out of his freaking shoe, out of his cleats. 36-33 Buffalo with 13 seconds left. Then you had everybody just forgot to play defense, I guess, on Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. And you had, actually, it was Nicole Hardman. It was a busted coverage, I remember, down the sideline.
Yeah, that was
36-36. They tied it up with Harrison Butker tied it up. And then you obviously had that the walk-off touchdown to Travis Kelce.
Which, I mean, that was
an OT.
You know, he improvised that route, so.
And if you're not a fan of wrestling, you're not going to get this, but Keith says those OT games are dusty finishes. It's when somebody wins, but they don't really win, and it's supposed to pop the crowd, essentially. That's what a dusty finish is. Named after the Dusty Rose, baby.
I was hoping that's what that was. Okay. Yep.
You don't know hard times. But honestly, man, this is the crux of it to me, personally. In PFF, the podcast with Sam Monson and Steve Palazzolo did an awesome job breaking this down from like different points of view. How the hell do you kick the ball to the end zone with 13 seconds left? I know Tyreek Hill just returned like a 45-yarder or whatever it was, but I would rather them return a 45-yard kick and take 6-7 seconds off the clock. Because at that point, Jason, is there any way they have an end zone shot? That's it.
Yeah. I don't want them getting any yards. No yards.
Yeah. So it's hard to say why they did it that way.
13-year-olds with Madden know this.
Josh Allen knows hard times now, baby. Yeah, man. That to me was like the seal. Like when they did that, because whoever I think it was Collinsworth calling the game. I was like, what is like? He's absolutely right. Why would you? And they kicked it
Yep.
touchback. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, but honestly, man, that was just a poor decision. And then Patrick Mahomes, dude, is still Patrick Mahomes, and everybody, people were running, saying a lot of stuff about him in the beginning of the season. But did you see the heart rate thing? Did you see that
Well,
story?
no, I didn't.
So they monitor heart rates during the game, right? To whatever. The lowest heart rate that Patrick Mahomes had, Romo called it. Thank you, Shane. Romo was calling that
I
game.
was thinking that. I didn't want
Yeah,
to. Yeah.
I thought it was
All right.
Collinsworth for some reason.
Yeah.
But his lowest heart rate, his lowest heart rate was in the huddle with 13 seconds left.
Really?
In the entire, that's how cold, freaking like clutch Patrick Mahomes is. The chillest Romo called it. Shane died. He just died typing that. Well, R.I.P. Shane. Rest in power, brother.
No, dude. Mahomes makes a little contemporary quarterbacking in with all his crazy shit, and all of a sudden he came back to life. And yeah, that's all it took was just a hey, oh, you thought I was this guy? Well, I'm just I'm, and that's what football is at the end of the day, right? It's a chess game. So
it was so that too high shell, the too high safety shell that everybody was doing, right? The modified cover two,
yeah,
that was giving Mahomes fits.
right.
I think it was Mahomes, mostly Mahomes, but I think Andy Reid did a great job too. Adjust Eric Bieniemy as well, doing a great job adjusting and taking shorter passes, using making those 15 play drives instead of that patented 2018, 2019, 2020 Chiefs offense that was 3 passes and we're in the end zone.
Yeah,
Because you
what are the
can't do
chances? What are the chances he's coming back?
Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, he's got to get hired this year, right?
He's got to. If I don't like bringing different things into the podcast like politics and religion and race stuff. If this dude don't get hired this year, so there's a problem,
There's
man.
something else going on if he doesn't get
Yeah,
hired
there's
this
a
year.
problem because he absolutely deserves to be a head coach somewhere. Shane's switching to Rocket League. I don't know what that is. I think it's a game where you
Oh, it's a pretty fun game.
play soccer with cars.
With cars, yeah, it's pretty sick.
Okay. I don't hold that against Patrick Mahomes. I really don't.
I do.
Because we can't choose our family. Well, he did choose his fiance, I guess. But he can't choose his family.
Yeah, he chose his fiance, and he could very well go, hey, look, we have PR. You guys want me to keep making this money? Stop.
Yeah, for real. Y'all want to enjoy this money?
Yep.
So Tyreek commented on Reed, keeping him in a good mindset when he wanted to run go routes, 9 routes, whatever you want to call them. But having to adjust to shorter ones. Yeah, absolutely. Andy Reid is one of the best head coaches of all time. Not just this year. But anyways, we're going to wrap it up here. Just a few. Excuse me.
Yeah. I
know you got a sick, hopefully not a sick kid, but you're.
We both got to take some meds here in a second.
Oh, yeah. What's the best? So, last question of the night for us, Jason. What is the best spot left for head coach?
Huh.
He said Jacksonville. He's asking Jacksonville.
Is Jacksonville the best spot? It's not a bad spot.
I mean,
but I don't like
Shad
Khan. I don't like Shad Khan. For some reason, ever since he's come around, it's been a dark cloud over Jacksonville.
Well, you know why, right? Because he's the ruler of the outworld, and he's trying to merge our realms.
I didn't know Ron Jeremy had that title.
Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn. I guess it is, man. I mean, one could argue it's Miami, but
I don't mind Miami. Denver.
That trio.
Oh no, Hackett just got hired. That's right. My bad. Yeah. I thought Chicago was a really appealing.
It was until it got snatched up. Yeah, I'm saying Jacksonville. I think that's right.
I'm so upset right now. Shane said, "Was that a Star Trek joke, Eric?" No, that was a Mortal Kombat joke.
Jesus Christ, You're playing video games? You're telling us about video games? You don't know Mortal Kombat?
Finish him.
Shame. Shame on Shane.
Shame on Shane. And Shane is not even on the show, but he gets that.
Yes, he's getting that one today. We all know Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Oh, Trey's got a good one. Minnesota.
Fuck, I forgot about Minnesota. Absolutely. Yeah,
they
never
were like
mind.
number 2.
Never mind.
They were like
Absolutely
number 2 in
Minnesota.
sacks this season.
Well, they got my boy
still
Cousins.
without Daniil Hunter.
You got a good quarterback. And you got a great receiver core.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got a great receiver. And a great
Adam Thielen's getting a little older.
Yeah, he's getting older.
Oh, we have a Russian bot in here. That's great. We're going to not...
Oh, what's he talking about?
Vom.red. I don't know if that's like a destruction kill code.
Vom.red?
Yep. Ready at QB, decent defense. Denver was first choice, yeah. All right, we're going to take three more comments, then we're done. ETN, Lawrence, yeah. AEW.
And AEW, baby.
He plays Dynamite.
No, it's Minnesota. It's Minnesota. Yeah. You all know it's Minnesota. I know everybody loves to hate Kirk Cousins, but if you want to go win right now and then build later, you want Cousins.
Just from a selfish perspective, I would say Miami, just so I can go live in Florida and be in Miami.
Yeah.
No state income tax.
Still not a Tua guy.
Free agent QB. Is that Minnesota? Kirk Cousins? Oh, yeah.
He better not be.
Let's take a look.
They better lock that up.
I think they'd be kind of crazy not to, but.
Yeah.
Oh, he signed through 2022.
Yeah.
He's a dead money hit of $45 million, so you can't really. he's been paid, my friend. You can't do much with that. And then last question. Think Cousins stays at $40 million? Yes. It's either way. Minnesota's eating that. So why would you?
Only if
you can't do anything. You're not saving any money with a pre-cut. Let's see. Post-cut, trade. So with a trade, you could save $35 million. Because he only has a prorated bonus of $10 million. Who's trading for that contract? I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. And Shane started us out with comments. We'll finish out with Shane. Why the fuck did I think he was a free agent? You know, sometimes we got stuff on our brains and we just don't think right. You got killed by a shark, man.
You got killed by a shark with a tree. Yeah,
sharks shouldn't even be in trees or near trees. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm calling this episode I'm gonna call it Shark Con.
Shark Con with a
Shark
tree.
Con ruler with a tree. All right, man. For real, we appreciate all y'all's comments.
This has been great.
Yeah, it's been awesome, man. I really I like doing this a lot more than just Jason and I talking to each other, although that's fun too. Next week, I believe we've got our game show, Jason. So next week, be sure to tune in. We're going to be playing some 2021 Fantasy Football Jeopardy. I'm making up the questions. They're going to be legit pretty awesome. I'm going to try to have like 4 or 5 extra people on here for Jason to compete against. If you want to get on here, let me know. But for me, for Jason, for Fantasy Friends, follow Jason on Twitter at Big Chill Squad. He exclusively tweets about Tennessee Titans stuff, but it's still
don't.
And then follow me at Fantasy Barbecue on Twitter. I'm trying to get my tweet count up. Shane he informed me last offseason that I needed to really start, saying stuff. So I'm trying to do that.
I quit Facebook, so I could try this.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Facebook's stupid.
It is.
Anyways, Jason, go take care of your family. Get you some sleep, brother. And we appreciate all y'all's comments. We are Fantasy Friends, and we are out. Tran.